channel. Today's video is going to be a different sort of video than I've done before. It's going to go with my top 10, I think it was, or top TV shows that I watch. And so this one is going to be my top 10 movies that I watch. And so I decided to do the series. I might redo it each year or every few years, just so you guys can keep track of my favourite movies at the time and my favourite TV shows at the time, because they do change quite a bit. Now I have 10 here. I've got them in my little planner here. 3 of them are franchises, and so at the moment these are my top 10 favourite movies at the moment. And I'll give you a little blurb of each movie as I say them, just because probably some of you have never really heard of any of them, or you have, I don't know. But yeah, so at the moment, number 1 is The Sound of Music. Now, Sound of Music has been mine and my mum's favourite movie for maybe 5-10 years. It's been a while, so it's been quite a regular favourite, and I've seen it, I don't know when the first time I ever saw it was, but I've probably seen it maybe 20, maybe 30 times already, and I'm only 20. I see it about once a year, maybe twice a year, and so I do see it quite regularly. It was recently on Foxtel, so I saw like the beginning of it. Not my favourite part of the movie, I'm not gonna lie, but I still saw it, so yeah. And so it's set in the 1940s. It's set in World War II, but it was made in like 1950s, just after Mary Poppins was made, because I have heard that while Julie Andrews was filming Sound of Music, she was singing Mary Poppins songs, and Mary Poppins wasn't out yet. So yeah. But it's based on a true family who a nun marries this general, like this captain, who in the movie he has 7 kids. In real life he had like 15 or something like that, or 12, I don't know. Had some strange number, but he had more kids in real life than in the movie. But he marries this governess, and who was a nun, and then yeah, they run away eventually. They try and avoid Nazis. My second favourite movie is the first Princess Diaries. Now, it was made in 2001. It is about this has also got Julie Andrews in it. She's one of my favourite actresses. But it's about a queen it's about an everyday girl who, just before her 16th birthday, is told that she is actually a princess and is in line for the throne of Genovia. And so she battles with the thought of being queen of a country she's never really heard of, and yeah, and everyday teenage stuff. So yeah, I love that movie. It's a classic. I love it. And then my third favourite movie is the second Princess Diaries. Now, this is about, I'm just going to spoil it for you. The first movie, she eventually says that she will be princess, and so then in the second movie she needs to marry so she can become queen. And so it's called Princess Diaries 2, The Royal Engagement. So yeah, and she battles with finding a husband and this other person who's trying to win the throne from her. My fourth favourite movie is Wild Child. Now, I haven't actually seen this movie in a little while, but it is always going to be one of my favourite movies, and just because it's about what to call it? She's like a troubled teen who gets into a lot of troubles because of her father. With her father, they don't really get along, and so she tries to win his approval and attention by damaging his new girlfriend's things. So she gets sent off to boarding school, and it's about her journey to boarding school and how she gets friends and how she finds out that her mother was actually there at boarding school with her. Like, her mother went to that same boarding school and she never found out from her father. So yeah, it's about her track from being a terrible teenager to being a really good teenager, and love and romance and all that. I think it's also a comedy. Then my fifth favourite movie is my first favourite franchise, and it is the Star Wars franchise. Now the Star Wars franchise at the moment the Star Wars franchise has 7 films. At the end of this year it will have 8, and then it adds a new one each year. But the one coming out this year is not part of the next trilogy. So the Star Wars franchise is a sci-fi franchise. They first came out with 3, which are the ones with like Darth Vader, Luke, Leia and Han Solo in them. And then they came out with a pre-trilogy, which is happens just before that. So they're all about Anakin Skywalker, Padme and Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're about all those people, and Yoda. And it just sets up the part for Luke and Leia and tells you their backstory, sort of. And then the next one, which came out last year, is all about the next phase in Star Wars. And it's amazing. If you guys have never seen Star Wars before, I do recommend you go see it. At least see the first trilogy, which is 4, 5 and 6, which is New Hope, Emperor Strikes Back and Return of the Sith. Not sure if they're in that order. I know New Hope is number 4, but that's it. But yeah, if you have never seen that movie, I do recommend go seeing them. If you've ever seen Star Trek, maybe I wouldn't recommend Star Wars just because they're completely different, and I've never seen Star Trek. But my brother seems to like both of them, so you might like both of them if you've seen Star Trek, but I have heard that people who have seen Star Trek don't like Star Wars. Now my 6th favourite movie is another franchise. It is the Fast and Furious franchise. Now there are 7 movies in this franchise. They're all about fast cars, family, acceptance, love, and like there's drama and stuff in it. I think they first came out in like 2001, and they've been coming out recently, like quickly ever since. There are 7 movies. I think there's almost going to be 8 soon, I think. The 3 main characters are Dominic Toretto, Mia Toretto and Brian O'Connor. Brian starts off being a cop, and then he goes undercover in this gang, which has Dominic Toretto as their leader, and then he tries and fits in and falls in love with Dom's Dom's sister, and then things happen from there. Now the order they go in is they came out in order, but the way they go is the first one, the second one, the 4th one, the 5th one, the 6th one, the 3rd one, and then the 7th one. So yeah, the 2nd and the 3rd one are separate stories completely, sort of. The 3rd comes after the 6th, but it's about one of the other characters, not the 3 main ones. But yeah, if I was to rate my favourite ones, it would probably be maybe 6 and 7 are quite close. Not really sure which one comes first. And then 5, 4, 1, 3, 2. I think that's how they would go. 2 and 3 are quite close because I'm not 100. I don't really like them. But yeah, so I love all those, and I love all those movies, so I can't pick one. And then my 7th favourite movie is The Avengers. Now, I love The Avengers. I love all Marvel movies, but The Avengers, the first one, is my favourite just because it brings all of them together and it's fun. Like, before The Avengers, they had like Iron Man 1 and 2, and then the first Captain America, and the first Thor. They were all that were there. And so then they brought in like Hawkeye and all that, and the Hulk. The Hulk had previous movies that weren't as successful, and it's a whole different Hulk. But Hawkeye is quite good, and I like his character. He should have his own movie, but we'll just leave that one be. But I love all of those movies, but Avengers is my absolute favourite. And then my next favourite is the Captain America, the First Avenger, which is the first Captain America movie, which happens just before the Avengers movie. And so, yeah, I love, like I said, I love all of the Marvel movies. I love them all. I do love some more than others. I love those two are my top favourites, and then probably you've got Iron Man and something, and like Thor, the other Captain America, the other Avengers movie, and Doctor Strange is coming out now too, but I haven't seen that yet. Oh, and then there's Guardians of the Galaxy. Duh. But yeah, there's all of those movies. I love all the Marvel movies. Avengers is number 7th of my absolute favourites, and then Captain America First Winter Soldier is number 8. And yeah, I love that they made, because in Captain America he has a love interest. I love it, because not many, well actually all of them have love interests eventually, but it's like the first one you see, and like it's really noticeable, and I love it. And she actually ends up having her own spin-off TV show which lasts 2 seasons, which sucks because it was amazing, and I love her, so yeah. But yeah, I love Captain America and the Avengers because I love the team up of the Avengers, and I just love this whole story of Captain America. So yeah. Then my 9th favourite movie is The Sapphires. Now, if you're not Australian, you probably have never really heard of The Sapphires. If you have, let me know in the comments. If you're not Australian, let me know in the comments. Because The Sapphires is a historic sort of movie about an Australian countryside, sort of, about a group of Indigenous women who become singers, and they travel around the globe. It's set in, I think it's set in World War II time, and it's a lot about, it's got a bit of information about the castaways. If you guys don't know what that is, Google it. So the Castaways is about it happened years ago when half-caste children, I'm not sure if you can call them that, but it's where they had like one white parent and one Aboriginal, Indigenous parent, and they had the baby, so they were half and half, and it was usually the white person was the father because there was a lot of problems. But it was a lot about they actually got taken away from their families and put into like normal society, basically. That's really bad to say, but they got taken away from their families and got raised to be white. And yeah, it's really sad. But it's got a bit of that story in it, but it's also about 3 sisters coming together with their cousin and becoming a family and going to travel the globe and sing for the troops. And then my 10th and final movie favourite is another franchise, and it is the Hunger Games franchise. Now, the Hunger Games franchise is based on a book called The Hunger Games. It's science fiction, it's sci-fi. It's set in Pan Am, which is a made-up place, but it's sort of got a bit of the Civil War times in it also. So it's got some historic things, but also it's quite fiction. non-fiction. It's science. Like, it's not real.
Yeah.
But they're from books, and the books are amazing, and yeah, it's got some love in it. You guys have probably all seen it or read the books or something. But yeah, they're quite amazing books, movies. I love it, and yeah, I will give one honourable mention to, and I hope you guys don't hate me for this, but I do love 50 Shades of Grey movie. Now, I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. If you guys want to see 50 Shades of Grey but never have, I do recommend go seeing it. I will be seeing the next movie when it comes out, and I have read the books a couple times. They're not really greatly read books, but they're not as terrible as everyone says they are. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my top 10 favourite movies, and plus one extra, which I hope you guys don't hate me for it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys want to see any more videos like this, like maybe my top 10 books, have never really read 10 books, but that I can always read more books for you. Actually, I have read 10 books. That's a lie. I've read 10 books. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys want to see any more videos, then just subscribe to my channel because it means so much to me when you guys do. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys. Bye.